So Elle Duncan falsely claims that Juju Watkins is the face of women's basketball. Hello, everybody, and welcome to our channel. I'm Mark.
I'm Rob.
So, hey, if you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, please do so. Hit the notification bell when you do so you get notified of our next video. And join us for Kate and Clark's crossover tonight. That's Thursday from 5:30 to 6:30. Rob will be there. We have a guest podcaster, Rich. And it's about Kate and Clark and women's college basketball a little bit. And it's like sports reporter site forum. And it's also on Mondays from 6 to 7. It's part of our live show, Easter time, except for major holidays. So, Rob, Juju Watkins won the John Wooden Player of the Year award to no one's surprise, although this question was kind of a surprise.
Apart from the recognition, since you've become the face of women's basketball, what's your why?
So many whys. I think biggest thing is just my family, my supporters. I think they definitely drive me on the floor, my teammates, my coaches. There's so many things that go into it. So I'm just grateful that I'm able to play the game.
What's your why, man? tell me what your why is.
Mark, my why is, why did she ask such a, I'll be polite, why did she ask a not very smart question?
You mean a stupid question, Rob?
I know what I want to say. No,
I'm
saying dumbass question. There we go. Dumbass question. That was a dumbass question. What's your why?
I'll let that slide. I guess that's supposed to be showing she's hip or something. I don't know. Before that part, where she says, since you became the face of women's basketball, not women's college basketball, women's basketball. Right. Now, you can't tell me that was a slip up. I am convinced that Elle Duncan knew exactly what she was saying. She left out the word college on purpose because she wanted to make Juju sound more important and more popular.
I agree with you, Mark. You're spot on about that, Mark. I agree with you. I listened. Some people were saying that she meant college. I'm like, I didn't. She said women's basketball.
Yeah, and first of all, I am not convinced that Juju Watkins is the face of women's college basketball. I thought it was pretty much a tie all year between her and Paige. And Paige went on to win the national title and got a lot of publicity because of that. So right now it looks like Paige is the face of women's basketball, even though she's graduating. But either way, it was pretty much a tie. But in terms of women's
college basketball.
Yeah, in college basketball. Women's basketball, it's not even close who the face of women's basketball is. In fact, not only isn't Kate and Clark the face of women's basketball, she's the face of basketball. She's the face of U.S. sports right now. She's the most popular women athlete in the world. The only thing she isn't is the most popular male athlete in the world, or the most popular athlete in the world, because we know that's Lionel Messi still, because he's a soccer star, and he's playing the U.S. also right now. That's it. She's the most popular everything but that. So this is stupid.
Well, I'm surprised when she said that. I would have said, just like, Anthony Edwards, when they said to him, "Oh, well, you're like Michael. You're as good as Michael Jordan." And he goes, "Whoa, wait a minute, calm down, slow it down here. I'm not even in his league yet, So if I was her, I would have said, I would have started naming names. I would have said, I don't think I'm really the face of women's basketball. You got Caitlin Clark, you got Breonna Stewart, you got AJ Wilson. I would have just named a couple of names, and that would have put her on the spot.
Right. And I don't know who has the highest NIL deal, Rob, because I keep hearing different things. But Caitlin Clark had $3.4 million when she left college, just an NIL deal. And she's got the biggest shoe contract. And she has the most commercials. If she wanted it, I'm sure she turns down commercial after commercial. When Michael Jordan was popular, Rob, he turned down 100 commercials for every one that he did. I read he turned down so many commercials it wasn't even funny. So I looked up, Rob, and I asked ChatGPT what the face of the league or the face of the sport refers to in an athlete. And this is the answer they got. And that refers to an athlete or personality who is widely recognized as the primary representative or ambassador for a particular league or sport. That person is typically considered to be the most iconic or marketable figure, embodying the values and appeal of the sport. And then it talks about different attributes: star power, brand recognition, leadership and performance, cultural impact, and relatability and representation. And that sounds like Caitlin Clark to me, Rob.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like, you know, if it was a dictionary, it'd be like, let's see, Caitlin Clark.
Right. And if you want to talk about influence on college basketball and popularity, when Juju Watkins entered USC the year before, Rob, they had about 3,500 fans per game and only went up to 6,097 over a 2-year period. That's only a 2-year period. And they're like 14th in the country. Right. Caitlin Clark went up from 7,000 to 15,000, and they're sold out every game in her senior year. Every game in her senior year went from 7,000 to 15,000. Now, so I tried to say, okay, well, what about the TV ratings? Now, because Juju's now popular, she's had a year in. What were her TV ratings for her 2 tournament games? Because she got injured in her second tournament game. And so in the round of 16, Rob, it was 890,000. Caitlin Clark in the round of 16, her last year in her senior year, was 3.23 million, but I had to adjust that to 3.4 million because the Nielsen ratings are off because they included now some home ratings that they didn't used to include. It was 65% to 100%, but it's only 15% of the way they do the ratings, so it's really only 5%. So I increased it by 5%. And then in the round of 16, Juju got and USC got 1.3 million, which was actually down 26% from her game the year before. Her game from the year before.
Oh, her game from the year before.
Caitlin Clark got 4.9 million, but it's really 5.51 million if they did it the same way they did it the year before, the Nielsen ratings. So we're talking about 1.3 million to 5.15 million, Rob. So who's really the face of basketball, women's basketball?
I mean, you know, you could see how she, when she was asked that question, she was kind of embarrassed, and she was kind of like almost like flustered a little, like wait, like almost like why, like whoa, what, I'm the face. And first she said I'm the face, and then what's your why? So she was like,
well, she knew what your why meant. I don't know what that meant at the time. I'll be honest, I did not know what that question meant. I actually went to ChatGPT to find out, and this is what it said. It's often used as a way to ask someone about their purpose or motivation. Why she asked that question, I have no idea. I'm not even sure how that was relevant to her winning the award. But either way, I don't know, Rob. I'm going to cut Juju a break because she's 19 years old and she's just being asked this question. It probably didn't even register to her that she said face of women's basketball as opposed to women's college basketball. Mm-hmm. But if someone asked me that question, I would have said, I don't know if I'm really the face of women's basketball or the face of women's college basketball. I would have mentioned Paige if I thought she meant college, or I would have mentioned Caitlin Clark if I thought she really meant women's basketball. She just accepted it. Yeah, I'm the face of women's basketball.
Yeah, I mean, I would. There's no way. There's no way I could be the face of women's basketball over 2 years of college.
I'm going to cut her a break, but maybe she should have said, something a little bit more humble, like,
yeah, like wait a minute, I don't think I'm.
Why you put all that on me?
Yeah, well, that's what I mean. That's what we talk about, Mark. They're thrusting. They're really like pushing and want to thrust her out there so badly, just so badly to overtake Caitlin Clark. It's so obvious.
Yeah, maybe they've said it to Juju so many times. I said, well, this must be true. These announcers keep telling me I'm the face of women's basketball, despite what the statistics show. I just took to share that video with you. I thought it was pretty interesting. Elle Duncan's just so biased, Rob. She's obviously has an agenda because of race. I guess it's racist. I don't know. All I know, she has an agenda because of race, because she's always pushing. She pushes Paige a lot too, but for other reasons, because she did the ESPY speech. And she pushes Asia Wilson, and she doesn't like, Angel Reese she pushes. She downplays Caitlin Clark all the time. So anyway, let us know what you think down below. If you like this video, hit the like button. And if you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, please do so. Hit the notification bell when you do so you get notified of our next video. And join us for Caitlin Clark's crossover tonight. Tonight, Rob will be there, and it's from 5:30 to 6:30 on Thursday, except for major holidays, and it's Eastern time, and Mondays from 6 to 7. And if you want, you can donate to the channel with super chats and super thanks down below. There's a link to PayPal. We'll see you in the next video.
Peace out.